Nobody fucking wins. Like it or not, you fight to lose. None of that shit is up to you. So just fuck it, let it through. Stop playing that fucking game. Like it or not, you bet you lose. None of that shit is up to you. So just fuck it, let it through. Now!
He really did.
You strong? You good?
Always.
So, so you told us about your experience working in the retail world.
Yeah.
How they call this in these ads?
Yeah,
the
it was-
fast-paced environment.
Yeah, it was pathetic when I heard it again.
Yeah,
Talking
but
about this.
you know, now I was thinking about it. I always had this. What about these poor people you're talking about in the middle of the song? Like you talk about yoga pants people, dog walkers. You talk about all these people. What's wrong with them? What came into you to go into that territory?
Well, these people in this hyper capitalized consumerism world that we're living in now.
That is
There
correct.
are certain, group of people, part in the demography. They are very, very vulnerable to the consumerism trend.
So, right?
They have to buy whatever others buying, whatever
The coolest, newest thing that is available.
corporations marketing.
Yeah.
They're so vulnerable to it, and they find some kind of pseudo fucking life meaning in that.
So it's like a life substitute in a word, right?
Yeah. And yeah, that's the word I would use. Some kind of substitute life. So, is there anything real nowadays?
I think there is real stuff going on, but it's difficult to pinpoint and find them. It's been a huge effort to hide this kind of stuff. Happy news.
Yeah, of course, there's nothing wrong with buying all these things they want, doing all that.
Yeah.
Doing all this
Are you
stuff.
talking about these people that are giving you trouble at work, like soya latte people, or like yoga pants instructors, dog walkers? So basically,
Of course not. Of course not.
I mean, people
They buy
bothering
what they
you.
want. They buy what they want, but I just wonder if that's so important to you, like you mentioned last week. They almost fucking shiver
Yeah,
whenever it's unavailable.
it's the heroin addict
Yeah.
physical
So
reaction.
when, for example, these new hip stuffs like oat milk,
Yeah.
God knows how they make it. Whatever milk. What else do we have? Some nut milk. All
Yeah.
this stuff. These young people and office people, they all love it. And whenever it goes out of stock, some of them really shiver their body. Like
Yeah, they have some reaction.
something serious happened to their life. So it makes me wonder. Mate, this just came in a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So how did you live your life when this wasn't available?
I think there is a connection between the product with some mental.
Are you going into this chemicals?
I think. No chemicals. I think it's more. I think it's mental. It's not chemical dependency.
Psychology.
It is a chemical dependency because your body adjusts to your dietary needs, so your habits. So
Yeah.
when you eat, let's just say you eat meat for a long time. When you quit meat, you're gonna have some effect. You're gonna need that. But that doesn't mean you actually needing that. That's like a reaction of your body because it's used of substance, right? But what I'm talking about is some moral connection there. So these people that using, let's just say this is a good example, alternative milk. There's possibly some connection with the morality behind it. So I'm drinking soya milk. So
Yes,
I'm
that's how
not drinking
Yeah.
normal milk because first of all, normal milk is for normal people.
Yeah.
And I'm not normal, the thing.
Yes, of course.
And
Everybody's
also-
special in
Everybody's special.
Everybody's
and also,
very,
I'm
very
doing
special.
good for the environment. I'm doing good for animals. And there's nothing wrong with this sentiment. There is some
Yes.
truth in that, right?
Maybe yes.
There is.
Yes.
There is.
Maybe. Yeah, I
There
respect
is.
that.
But there is this point when you start feeling you better than others. And I think the thing behind it is a lot bit marketed it this
Yes.
way.
Yes. That's the point I'm
They're
trying
aiming
to
at
get.
this.
The moral part, even the moral part, they use this in their marketing strategy. That's what they say. This is sustainable. This is more. What else they use?
Green is friendly to the
Yeah,
environment.
green. Yes, fair trade. Ethically sourced.
Yeah. With farmers, we know,
Yeah,
etc. Yeah,
and
there's a
you
little bit
consume
of-
you consume this, and you are contributing to the better environment. Of course, good.
So you're a better person.
Of course, good people
Yeah.
will choose that one.
Yeah, of course.
But
But then there is this turn.
how do you know you couldn't trust these giant corporations that used to contribute in destroying the environment?
This is the naivete. This is the naivete these people have. Because they start from this point of trusting these corporations. What they say. When they say you're drinking oat milk and you take a good look on the ingredients, you're gonna see this like mostly soya with a bit of oat.
Yeah, some-
So it's like soya milk then. So why are you making so many different packages?
No. They don't mix nuts, but God knows what they put to make it taste like milk.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it's this particular stuff that we used in Starbucks.
Yeah.
These are not available in the local groceries. It's only in
Yeah,
the
but Starbucks will tell
cafes.
you we have it because we're a bigger company, so we can
Yeah.
source it. We can fund it financially. That's not the point. The point is, even if you're right at your sentiment, let's just say, I do not want to eat meat for the rest of my life. I don't want to kill any animals. That's fine. It's a good sentiment, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that not necessarily. It doesn't mean you're a better person than someone else.
yeah. No.
Right? Basically, that's what we're saying.
The whole point now here is that whether it is true or not, you are really doing the good deeds by consuming these products. Is not it. The point now here is that we eventually just keep buying what they're putting on.
Putting on our plate.
Yeah, we just keep buying whatever they're putting out. You keep consuming. Eat. Just go to work, eat shit. Whatever available.
Wait a minute. So why do they bother you, these people? These
No,
people
no,
always
it don't
existed.
bother me. They
Okay.
never bother me, but
Yeah.
it just makes me think, is this
the real life?
is this it?
Is this
In
it?
our fucking modern world, is this it? We just go to work in tube, either in tube or bus, yeah, and
Or train or whatever.
Eat this shite. God knows what's in it in this corporate food,
Yeah.
and which is consuming. Keep spending money
Yeah.
and take a shit. Fight with your colleagues. Fight with your family. Take some pill, go to sleep, and repeat endlessly until you pay back the mortgage. Is this it?
And then you die.
So
And then, oh no, you live like a few years on pension. I guess that's the best year of your life, actually.
even
The best year of human's life is when you're a child, when you're small,
yeah,
a little before you die. When actually
Yes.
this
Well-
evil in this world leaves you alone for a
Well-
little bit.
well said.
Of course, you're sick, you're coughing blood, you might not have. Because when you're retired, that doesn't mean you're gonna get the same money you were getting when you were working.
Yeah.
It's a lot less. It's a fraction of the money.
Yeah,
But at least you breathe
Yeah.
freely, right?
yeah.
So at least you're free.
What now?
No, when you're a small child
Yeah.
and you're playing outside, or when you're like a little bit before you die,
Yeah.
the happiest moment of humankind. Because in the middle, it's a struggle. It's a fucking struggle.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what rat race is about.
Yeah. So
Is a setup, a trap, a struggle.
is if you can only see, if your sight and your mind is so narrow, so you have no choice but to believe things that are laid upon by all these corporations in the society, then that's everything about your life. They think it's out of some kind of freedom of choice,
Yeah.
but I don't think so. You just keep consuming whatever they putting out. Keep consuming, make them rich, and you die. Just because you have choice between fucking Apple and Samsung doesn't mean you have freedom of choice.
No. Yeah. You have a choice what kind of airline you're gonna take when you travel to Malibu or something, but you don't have much. You have choice in the consumer way of lifestyle, but you don't have a choice in how life is run. Actually, we do not have a choice in politics. We're not part of politics.
Yeah.
And moving on to the last part of the song, I guess, we could say that there is something going on in this society. There's something going on in this world. I personally feel there's a detachment from anything that is meaningful and deep. I see no joy in like people want to live their life in happiness. They're trying, but isn't it like a video game?
Because
that is
that's
control.
all they know.
But
That's what I'm saying. That's all
what
they
can
know.
they do from
They
the
cannot-
other hand?
they cannot-
You know? But what can
See,
you do?
Look. Race. It's a red race, yeah? You're on the race.
All right.
You can only run on the track, which is
Yeah.
this narrow, is straight.
If you run out of the track, what happens?
Then you lose.
You lose.
Yeah.
You either die, disqualified,
Yeah.
become homeless, right?
Yeah.
All this kind of nice stuff.
So it's a trap. You can only run until you die. And if that's what all you believe, if you totally bought into that shit, then you have zero chance of escape from this red race. You will run until you die. That's how I felt about, I know it's like a bit of a tragedy. I came.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very good.
I was a young man with all the hopes and dreams and ambitions. But I had to go through these learnings, witnessing the reality. And unfortunately, this is what I learned.
So this is your lesson from running.
Millions of people running on the race,
nobody wins.
trying to win each other.
Nobody wins this race. So how you become a winner? Is it the winner becomes immortal or something? No, you're gonna die eventually. That's what we know.
You know what?
So then what is the
let's
point?
say you cross the final line of the race first. So
What-
you win the race.
What do you become then? President of United States or something? What is
Maybe.
President of Chicago Bulls? That would be cooler.
Here's a part people have to see. If there's a race, that somebody has designed this game. Somebody has to start this shit.
Yeah.
Somebody has to. You cannot just start a race.
You're giving me.
Yeah, somebody has to put on the track.
Listen, you're actually fucking right. There is. I know. In the previous time, I said I don't read, but the deep shit I read in my life, which is very few. There is a reason why they say, you should read. That's it. So I read this book. It's called The Tower.
What's that?
Is a novel by
Yeah.
Franz Kafka. He's a Czech Republic writer. It is considered one of the greatest books ever.
What's it about?
The book moves along analogies and symbolism.
So you finished the book.
The book is about this. is a guy that does measurements in a town, in a small town. And they hire him by mail. So he goes to this town to do all these measurements, right? And then he realizes he cannot meet with the boss, like whoever it is the boss, because the boss lives in a castle, in the tower, unreachable, unseen.
Yeah.
And this guy, he tries the best he could. He's going through all this hassle to meet these people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you what happens at the end. But it reminds me of how life actually is, not what most people think.
So how it is?
It is governed by a few powerful people that you cannot see.
Behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain.
Scene, yes.
Behind whispers. In dark environments. You cannot see them, you cannot talk about them. You cannot affect life directly. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
You can affect life in your own thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you my Christian passage, the positive thing. You can affect life. You can be a good husband, a good father, good friend, you know. You may choose not to harm others in life. That's all fine.
Yeah.
But the truth is, it's very unlikely that you can make one person can make a drastic change that can change the game, the race, the rat race. Because it's designed for you to fail. It's a race for you to fail.
Yeah.
To either not finish, or even if you finish, or if you win it, you're not winning anything actually. So we were talking before, people will say, so what's your proof? What's your evidence? Well, what the fuck are you talking about? But think about it. Can anybody go to Harvard? Can anybody go to Yale? Can anybody go to Cambridge or Oxford? No, the answer is no. First of all,
if anyone said anyone can go, then they're lying.
Because there are restrictions, there are financial restrictions, you need to pay a fee, and that makes the universities that provide higher education, institutes that put money above knowledge, so they're not institutes of knowledge, they're actually businesses. And also, you cannot go there because you need to be accepted. And the point of acceptance and the reasoning behind it is not so clear. And I'm not so keen of believing that everybody in this world has access in higher education. So if you do not have access in higher education, if let's say health system in the US is horrible, so basically if you do not have money, you die, right?
Sounds like a good plan.
And then
why suffer? If you don't have money, you can just
die, because they will not take care of you if you have an illness and you're either lower paid guy or
maybe
unemployed.
That's good idea.
If what is your target in what regard?
Rather than bearing fucking horrible amount of debt just to cure your body, maybe
just go with
the
it.
Permanent sleeping is a good idea.
The permanent sleeping. Yeah, because not everybody has a house. We have a huge problem with people living in the street, and it's growing. And it's gonna get even bigger because real estate is crazy. Housing is so expensive.
Yeah.
And so forth. And that's the facts we know about life. And this cannot be an accident, because it doesn't seem to me as a good business plan to have 90%, 95% of your population in debt. And, you know, in the streets, or not even having some health care.
So if you think about it, the fact that millions of these young people in America is indebted to the banks for their tuition fees in the universities.
Yeah.
So they actually didn't even afford to go to the university, but all these banks gave them this money as a loan, and they just start their youth with all this debt, and naively they just take the loan and they just go to university, get the useless diploma, and the fucking suffering starts. How vile is it? Isn't
vile and ugly and disgusting. And there's something more disgusting than actual death. The greatest doctor there is now getting out of with Sever University in US. With all this debt, like you described.
Student loan, they call it, yeah.
Yeah. Pfizer comes along.
What do they do with that?
Don't worry. We'll take care of it.
What are they gonna do?
They pay it.
Pay what?
They pay your rent, your debt for your loan.
Well, if you work for us.
Yeah, but if you read carefully,
What is it?
if you make a discovery, you cannot submit it. It belongs to the company. And sorry to Pfizer, it's just an example. Whatever pharmaceutical.
Where did you see this shit?
This is the reality. When you
Is
get
it on
hired,
was it on the news?
when you get hired
Yeah,
by a big pharmaceutical company as a
Yeah.
doctor, as a researcher,
yeah.
they'll say, do not worry about money. The money is, you're never gonna worry about money working with us. You're gonna live
What?
as well as you like.
What gives them this mere medicine manufacturers all this power?
Because they have a profit. It's a very profitable
Yeah, so
industry.
what fundamentally gives them all this? How they're sure about their security? That's fucking baffling.
It's not baffling. It's numbers. They're very.
Yeah, so how they
they
reach
give
that?
us a product that we 100% need to survive.
So that being said, how unhealthy people really are.
that's not the question. The question is, what the fuck FDA is doing? Saying this contract is not valid because you're blocking knowledge. Let's just say I'll get hired by a company and I make the cure for COVID, 100% cure. You take it, boom,
Yeah.
there's no COVID anymore,
Yeah.
right? And I sign the contract. The contract will say I cannot give my findings to the world, either press, government,
Well, of your research.
party, or I cannot, because the research
Yeah.
is owned by
It's
the company.
It's a fucking property, yes.
But think about how disgusting this is. We're not talking about,
Yeah.
oh, okay, you make the new iPhone. Okay, you don't want Samsung to get the new design. I get that part. Okay, it's like competition, it's a market. But now we're talking about health, man. We're talking about health. You should share this shit because the people.
It's a business.
So it's a business.
Yeah.
So even the human life has no value. That's the proof right there. Because if
Human
it had,
life.
if
Human
it had
life
value,
has value.
not to them.
Human life has a value as much as one can pay.
For the value.
That's the value. Even if you don't have money,
Yeah.
you just swipe your fucking credit card, and then you own debt.
Drown into debt.
You're on debt. So in
Yeah.
the long term, you
Yeah.
have to pay back the debt. So it's potential value for the banks.
Ooh, because you're raising your credit score like that, ain't it?
No. Your credit score then would be very low, but eventually you
I
have
heard
to
the
pay.
opposite. I heard the opposite. The more you spend, your credit score goes up.
But
Even
you
if
have to pay
debt.
back. No.
Yeah. If you get declared bankrupt, right? Then your credit score gets like below the planetary,
Yeah.
right? It gets like destroyed.
Yeah.
But as long as you pay, even though if you have debt, the credit score gets up because credit score is actually pointing into the usage of the card. The more you use it, the more the credit score rises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Let's just say I want to buy a computer, right? So it's £1,000. So I can pay it right now. But it's not a good move. The good move is to make installments.
Yeah.
Because my car will look live. It look like, oh, I'm buying stuff. So then I can go and do this. Let's just say I go to a fucking doctor and tells me, man, you have cancer. You're gonna die in the next month. Then, if I have a high credit score, I can go get the loans of the fucking lifetime. Billions, man.
Yeah.
Go to LA, fuck all the models, eat everything, take all the fucking drugs, and they cannot stop me. But now I cannot. They will say, wait a minute.
Because you don't have to school.
Hey, you just work like a 9-to-5 work, or what the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have money for that.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Wait! I have to stop you there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Visit our website to join our mail list to receive news and special offers around the band and the show. Feel free to talk shit about things you like or dislike. And please support us through Patreon so we can keep making awesome content for you. Follow us on social media and don't forget, in a fight between idiots, nobody wins. Until next time.